you doing, folks? Papa Joe here. As we get closer to 4th of July weekend, which kicks off tomorrow, here in about 2 hours or so, an hour and a half actually. Tomorrow kicks off. Y'all know by now, I'm very patriotic. Love my country. I'm scared to death of my government, but I love my country. Love all you patriots out there. If you're a true patriot, we're side by side. I appreciate you. 4th of July. I'm going to do a couple of videos. First one's going to be the story behind the Star Spangled Banner. Just so that we can get it on tape here. So that just another way of preserving true history before a bunch of the people start changing history on it. Now, I know what I'd been told and believed for years, and I didn't have all the facts, so I decided I was going to look it up. And I found out the Smithsonian Magazine.com. They have the story behind the Star Spangled Banner. And I was partially right. I was wrong about the dates. I was wrong about the location. However, I was correct about Mr. Key being held on a ship. I didn't know it was for a week. I thought it was an overnight deal. And as for being wrong about the location, I didn't realize it was Baltimore. I thought it was Philly or something like that. Not Philly, but DC type thing. But actually they had burnt DC a couple weeks before. But let me read you this story, and hopefully y'all will share it. I don't care if you share the video or not. Well, I care. Yeah, please share the video. But I hope that you remember the story, the true story, and pass it along. Our forefathers, they didn't have all this modern technology. They had to pass the stories and the history by mouth, word and mouth, so to speak. Yes, they had paper and pen. A lot of stuff got wrote down. But y'all know where I'm going with this. So, please educate all the youngins in your life so that they know the real story before all these PC idiots that's trying to change up all the history can get it changed and brainwash them that the real story is not there. Alright, here goes. The story behind the Star Spangled Banner, I got it with www.smithsonianmagazine.com if you want to go check it out for your own self. It was by Kate Lindberry. So, and it was posted March 1st, 2007, so it's been up for a little bit. On a rainy September 13th, 1814, I didn't know it was 1814. It was the War of 1812 is what we find out. British warships sent down a downpour of shells and rockets onto Fort McHenry in Baltimore Harbor, relentless pounding the American fort for 25 hours. The bombardment, known as the Battle of Baltimore, came only weeks after the British had attacked Washington, D.C., burning the Capitol, the Treasury, and the President's house. It was another chapter in the ongoing War of 1812. A week earlier, Francis Scott Key, a 35-year-old American lawyer, had boarded... Turn that a little bit. Had boarded the flagship of the British fleet on the Chesapeake Bay in hopes of persuading the British to release a friend who had recently been arrested. Key's tactics were successful, but because he and his companion had gained knowledge of the impending attack on Baltimore, the British did not let them go. They allowed the Americans to return to their own vessel, but continued guarding them. Under their scrutiny, Key watched on September 30th as the barrage of Fort McHenry began 8 miles away. It seemed as though Mother Earth had opened and was vomiting shot and shell in a sheet of fire and brimstone, Key wrote later. But when darkness arrived, Key saw only red erupting in the night sky. Given the scale of the attack, he was certain the British would win. The hours passed slowly, but in the clearing smoke of the dawn's early light, on September 14th, he saw the American flag, not the British Union Jack, flying over the fort, announcing an American victory. Key put his thoughts on paper while still on board the ship, setting his words to the tune of a popular English song. His brother-in-law, commander of a militia at Fort McHenry, read Key's work and had it distributed under the name Defiance of Fort McHenry. The Baltimore Patriot newspaper soon printed it. Within weeks, Key's poem, now called the Star-Spangled Banner, appeared in print across the country, immortalizing his words and forever naming the flag it celebrated. Nearly 2 centuries later, the flag that inspired Key still survives, though fragile and worn by the years. To preserve this American icon, experts at the National Museum of American History recently completed an 8-year conservation treatment with funds from Polo Ralph Lauren, the Pew Charitable Trust, and the U.S. Congress. So, there you go. It first was written as a poem, is how in one of the other articles I read, they also verified that it was written as a poem. However, this says it was written, he wrote it to the tune of an English tune. I don't know. Choose your own. But they did call it a poem in here as well. But anyhow, there you go. The man basically was held captive, prisoner of war, so to speak, until the battle was over. And what he saw that night, what he experienced that night, is the words that we sing as a national anthem. That's the history to your Star-Spangled Banner. So, God bless America. God bless all you patriots out there. Remember, God loves you. So do I. Let's all pray for America. We really need to be praying for our country. Y'all have a safe weekend, please. God bless and good night.